Let me tell you about the most expensive weapon system in human history and why the F-35 fighter jet has become both a technological marvel and a $2 trillion headache. This is a story about how one airplane became so deeply embedded in the world's military forces that there's no turning back, even if we wanted to. Let's start with something mind-blowing. We're going to spend $2 trillion on this single weapons program. That's not a typo. Trillion with a T. To put that in perspective, that's enough money to buy Amazon or to fund NASA for the next 100 years, and we're spending it all on one type of airplane that will be flying until the 2080s. But here's what makes this story so fascinating. The F-35 is everywhere. Let me show you the numbers. Over 1,000 jets delivered globally, 889,000 flight hours logged, 535,000 missions flown, 2,500 pilots trained, 17,000 maintainers working on them, 44 bases worldwide, 19 countries operating them. Think about that. 19 different countries have basically bet their Air Force's future on this single aircraft. The United States alone has 553 F-35s and has ordered another 1,855. That's like ordering enough jets to fill 10 aircraft carriers. Each F-35A costs about $110 million. That's more than the average American would earn in 1,000 years. And Lockheed Martin is cranking out at least 110 of these every year. Do the math. That's over $12 billion worth of fighters annually just in purchase price. Let's look at who's buying these jets. United States 553 with 1,855 more ordered. Australia 63, South Korea 40, Norway 40, Israel 39, and the list keeps growing. The really fascinating part is what this jet can do. It's not just a fighter, it's a flying supercomputer. It's got systems with names that sound like science fiction: distributed aperture system, or DAS, active electronically scanned array, or ASO radar, electro-optical targeting system, or EOTS, advanced electronic warfare capabilities. The pilot's helmet alone is like something out of Iron Man. They can see through the floor of the airplane using cameras and displays built into their visor. It's like giving pilots X-ray vision. But here's what makes this program so controversial. We're going to be flying these jets until 2088. Think about that. We're planning to use an airplane designed in the 2000s well into the 2080s. That's like if we were still flying planes from the 1940s today. The numbers for a single F-35 are staggering. 43,000 pounds of thrust from its engine, Mach 1.6 maximum speed, 35-foot wingspan, 51 feet long, 18,000 pound payload capacity. But the really wild part, the F-35 is replacing multiple different types of aircraft. It's taking over from the F-15 air superiority fighter, the F-A-18 strike fighter, and even the legendary A-10 ground attack plane. It's like building a Swiss Army knife to replace your entire toolbox. What we're watching here is more than just a military program. It's a bet on the future of warfare. The Pentagon is essentially saying that one extremely sophisticated jet can do the job of 3 or 4 specialized aircraft. But that sophistication comes at a price, both in dollars and complexity. Here's what makes this situation so unique. Nobody can back out now. Not the US, not its allies, not even the contractors. We've invested so much money, built so much infrastructure, and trained so many people that switching to something else would be even more expensive than keeping going. The question isn't whether the F-35 was the right choice anymore. That debate is over. The question is whether we can make this $2 trillion investment pay off over the next 60 years. Because right now the F-35 isn't just a fighter jet. It's too big to fail. Think about what it means to commit to flying the same airplane until the 2080s. The first F-35 pilots haven't even been born yet. The last ones to fly it might be the grandchildren of the people who designed it. It's like we're not just buying an airplane. We're buying into a vision of what air warfare will look like for the next half-century. And that's either brilliant foresight or the most expensive mistake in military history. Only time will tell which one it is.